Hey guys, this is Matt, the book driver. Just wanted to put a shout out to this book by Chernow, Alexander Hamilton. Yes, the story is related to the musical, of course, Alexander Hamilton by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So about a month or so ago, my daughter, who's very much into musicals and drama, pulled me aside and made me promise to listen to the Hamilton music soundtrack all the way through from the beginning to the end. Well, I'm very glad she did. It's an amazing mix. The musical, is an amazing mix of classical Broadway songwriting to Britpop to hip hop. The overture of the musical is basically a hip hop song, so just a brilliant listen. But yeah, then of course the musical's based on the book Alexander Hamilton by Chernow, and it was a really funny story that Chernow told about it. So he said that Lin-Manuel had been on vacation in Mexico in 2009 and was reading the biography. And basically, he started hearing hip-hop songs kind of flow out of the situations that are covered in the biography of Hamilton. Of course, Chernow's like, well, that's not the reaction most people have, but he did agree to help Lin-Manuel with the historical consulting of the show, and I think he was a producer as well in the 6-year journey that followed. The Hamilton musical actually started as a mixtape of all things, with the songs "My Shot," and there's another one that were the main first songs. But "My Shot" was the first song, and then the Alexander Hamilton overture tune came after. So, this is very about the book itself. I just wanted to point out 3 things that stuck out in my mind of an amazing amount of things about Alexander Hamilton's. Like, first was basically you end up hating Thomas Jefferson by the end of this book, who comes across as nativist, he comes across as small-minded, he comes across as rather unrealistic and an aristocrat who spent about the next 30 years, along with Monroe and James Madison, who were part of the Virginia planter cabal politically, who specifically wanted to denigrate all of Hamilton's policies, including some of the ethical and sensationalistic things that happened to Hamilton. But we are living in Alexander Hamilton's government, it turns out. Like the idea of separation of powers, the idea of a central bank, the idea of a standing army, the idea of a taxation system were all developed and implemented by Hamilton and of course George Washington. But the intellectual underpinnings of all of Washington's policies and his 2 terms as president really had a lot to do with Alexander Hamilton. Amazing for a guy that you think is either just on the $10 bill or was shot by Alexander Hamilton, by Aaron Burr in a duel, which is what happened. So definitely a great read about a really interesting and highly influential person. So talk to you soon.